Hey folks, just jumping in here now. This show is sponsored by Madrix. Madrix offers you 3 smart ways to make money from crypto. The first is coin sets, baskets of coins you can invest in based around themes and picked by experts. The second is algos. Choose from hundreds of robots that can trade crypto for you on autopilot. And the third is to create your own algos and tap into over 50,000 Madrix investors. Click my special referral link in the description below or the card above and get $25 credit when you join Madrix today. What's up traders, Cam Hawkins here from Trading Nut. Now welcome to the short little video where I'm going to walk you through just one of the ways that you can make money through the Madrix platform. Now Madrix is one of my sponsors. They offer smart crypto investments and this is just one of the ways, and it is quite close to my heart. So we're going to jump into their algo building section and we're going to create an algo for you. I'm going to show you how to build an algo in Madrix from A to Z. We're going to build it, we're going to backtest it, we're going to come up with something that looks like this, one of these curves here, and we're going to get to the point where you could potentially publish this on the Madrix platform. Okay, so like these guys have done here, they're able to take investment, earn money from that, and people can come on here and copy these trades. All right, so let's see what we're looking to achieve here. So we're looking to achieve results that look kind of like this. We're going to look for a Sharpe ratio over 2. We're going to look for a profit factor over 3 and a high performance score. We're going to try and get higher than that, in fact. All right, guys, so let's dive into the platform and I'll show you how we do it. All right, folks, here we are inside the Madrix platform. Now, if you haven't got yourself an account yet, there will be a link below the video that you can click and get yourself a $25 credit. So do click that link, join Madrix. You'll get a $25 credit in your account that you can use on their platform. So do that, guys. If you haven't got inside there, so simple to join. You just use your Gmail or you register. It takes about 2 seconds. It's really quick. So once you're inside, I've clicked on the build link here. Now there's 2 options here. So this is where you can build your algos that sit in their algo store and people can connect to them and you can make money from that. So option 1 is to send external signals to their platform. Now you can do that either with manual trades or you can do that through an automated way through your platform, MetaTrader, whatever it is you're using. You can pretty much connect it up to Madrix and send those signals. Now we're not going to do that today. Today I'm going to jump into the visual editor and show you how we build a strategy from scratch using the tool that they've created. Okay, so here we are inside the visual editor. Now you can see here it's pretty clean, it's very smart, it looks super simple, and it is in fact very simple. I do use a different tool to build my robots for the Robot Builders Club. Now the difference between the two, if I had to sort of sum it up, is that Madrix have built a lot of the stuff into their platform, whereas my platform gives you the ability to choose specific things the way exactly how you want it. So if you want to define exactly what you want to do, then this is probably not going to be the tool for you. You probably want to use the tool that I use called FX Streamer in the Robot Builders Club and send your signals externally to Madrix, as I mentioned before. But this tool is great for getting yourself somebody who's not that tech savvy to automate a strategy that's going to run on the crypto markets, and it can be any crypto market, any crypto exchange. So flexible in terms of what they've created here. So let's quickly run you through how this thing works, and then I'll build out the strategy that produced those results before. So to start off with, you've got your blocks. You can toggle that up and down. You're probably going to leave that down most of the time. Buy, sell, stop loss, take profit. That's all you're going to need here. That wallet option doesn't do anything. You've got a zoom in, zoom out, and you've got a full screen mode. And if you do want some information, then this is going to walk you through. This is like your sort of help menu here if you want to bypass my video here and jump into that. Now, first thing we're going to do is grab one of these indicators and drag it onto the screens, or one of these blocks, I should say. These are all the blocks that you're going to connect up to each other, and these ones here are going to help you connect them in a certain way. So it might be an and or an or statement. So you want one indicator and another, or one indicator or another to get you a buy signal. So what they've done in this platform is they've given you tons and tons of indicators. Like literally, some of these I don't even know what they are. Dope Scalp was one I sort of just stumbled across. Had a look around, couldn't find much information on that one. They do allow you to, or they do give you information or a place to go for information on each of these, almost all of these things. So Dark Wolf Bloodline, I'd never heard of that before. So if you were to click on that, click on the information, and click read more, it should send you to a page with more information on it. What would be more beneficial for me is if you had sort of like a view of what the indicator looked like. That might help people come up with whether or not they want to use that indicator or not. So the way I've done it, which is a bit of a time-saving trick for you guys, I'm just going to cancel this, is I've just found an indicator on here and gone, okay, great, a Rune oscillator. Now, I know that indicator from No Nonsense Forex. I'm going to click on that. We're going to use that oscillator. We're not going to do the Heiken Ashi one. I'm going to leave it as is there, right? I'm going to go into a trading view chart and I'm going to load that indicator up, which I've done here. So what all I did was click on the indicator section here, click on, type in a Rune, and then pick the most popular one, clicked on that, and it's popped this up here. So now I can see that indicator and I can have a look and see, okay, is this indicator going to give me any signals that can that I could potentially get a trade off? So for example here, crosses 0. I could get a buy trade here and be quite happy with that. Where do I get out? Who knows? I need to work that out. But yeah, I could definitely get a good buy trade in there. Same again here, crosses 0, price does go up, so I could get another one. Crosses back down, price goes down, I might be able to get a trade out of that as well. So there's a whole, so this indicator looks pretty good for getting in and out of trades. So I'm going to add that indicator. We're going to leave it at 14. We're going to say if it's greater than 0, we're going to buy. And then we're going to say if it's less than 0, we're going to sell. So I'm going to go OK. So that's indicator 1 for our buy side. Now, we're going to add another indicator because I feel that, you know, we won't want to filter ourselves out of some stuff. And what I discovered when I had a look through these indicators, and look, this was all just off the cuff stuff. This wasn't like, you know, hugely researched. So it was another indicator down here called, what was it called? Choppiness Index. Now, I'd never heard of that before. Some of you guys may have heard of it. I'd never heard of it before. So I clicked on that and I thought, okay, well, if we can avoid choppy times, that's got to be a good thing, right? So I left that as default. I chucked it here on the chart. So you can see here, I just did a search again for choppiness index. There we go. Bang. Added that to the chart and just had a look and saw how it worked. And I could see that, okay, well, when we're at the extremes here, I think that's when we're really in the choppy periods by the looks of it. So maybe we sort of ignore that and take it when we're below the extremes. So we're inside those extremes. So I was like, okay, I'm happy with that. That seems about right. So that's what I've done. I've decided to say, let's go, if choppiness index is, we're going to say if it's greater than, what was it, 40. If we go back to here, we can see here that was 40. Yep, if it's above 40 and below 60, we will be happy to take a trade. So what I'm going to do is duplicate that and make this one below 60. I'm going to do equal to on both of them, greater than or equal to. Okay, there we go. So now we've got our Rune being above 0. We've got our choppiness being between these, well, basically in this blue box here. And there's one other thing I was thinking to add. So that gets us like an indicator-based entry, but to really refine these entries, because sometimes the indicator can, screw you up here with like, just tips over the 0 and drops back down. I decided to add a candlestick pattern. So one that I knew, which was, if we drag the patterns over here, and there is, like, once again, dozens and dozens of candlestick patterns here. There's so many. If you've got a great understanding of candlestick patterns, this is probably going to be very easy to go through and find one that works for you. How these have been created, I'm not 100% sure. So, like, what do you define as a doji? How do you define that? I'm not too sure how Madrix do that. So, there is some sort of, I suppose, room for error here in terms of how they've define these candlestick patterns, and what you might consider a doji, they may not. Engulfing pattern, probably, maybe not, who knows. So anyway, this was the pattern I picked, bullish engulfing, clicked OK. So these are the things that I wanted for my particular strategy here, and I'm just going to sort of line them up a bit. Actually, we're going to do it more horizontally here, so we've got a bit more space. Now, we want to basically make sure all these things are happening at the same time before we take a buy signal. So we just grab our AND operator here, grab on this and connect it to and that's probably better. And we want this one and the other one to all be connected. So once all these are happening at the same time, we're going to enter a buy trade. Okay, so that's connected up. So that's our buy trade done, right? So if you're just going to go longs, then you just leave it at that. What we're going to do is create a short as well, short trade as well. So I'm going to duplicate all of these. I'm going to do the same for the short. And we need to change these slightly just so that we've got the opposite metrics here. And you can see how quickly that we can put these together to make this work. So in this case, once again, the Arun needs to be less than 0. Choppiness can actually stay the same, and it's going to be a bearish engulfing pattern. So choppiness is between those two levels, which is fine. So we're just going to grab this, connect them up here, and we've now got the buy and the sell side done in ultra fast time. Now, if you don't want to investigate what these other blocks mean, and I won't go into details because it's going to take a lot of time, just hover over them. That'll give you some information, and then you can have a play with them as well and see how that works. So we've got the buy entry, we've got the sell. Oh, actually, we haven't connected that up. We've now got the sell side done as well. We need a stop loss, which is pretty simple. It's just percentage stop loss. So we're going to go with 3% stop loss. You can make that trailing as well if you want to test that out. And we're going to do a take profit percentage of 9. Now, trailing take profit as well. So there's a number of things you can add or try, or if something doesn't work to start off with, add that in, try it, and see if you can get it working. So that's the strategy. Let's give it a name. I'm going to call it the A chop, based on the Arun choppiness index, and hit save. That's now saved. Now we can jump into back testing, which is the link down the bottom here that I've just clicked. That will pop up. I'll try it again. There we go. That pops up the back testing area down here. Now, if we have a look at this, so you've got, it was a little bit confusing when I jumped in here initially. So there's a couple of things that confuse me. So Binance have, for example, 3 exchanges. Now Binance Futures seem to be the one that was probably going to give me most benefit, because you click on that and there are 2 things here, and I'll click on that now. You can actually choose whether or not you want long, short, or long and short. Now, if you just click Binance, you're only going to get long only for whatever reason. I'm not too sure why that is. But when you do Binance Futures, you can get long and short. Maybe there's just no shorting in Binance only. So long and short gives us the ability to do that. Now, what I found out was a long strategy was actually going to work better in this case, a long only strategy. Now, you choose the market you're wanting to trade, or the pair, so you basically got the 2 here. Now, what I also discovered was if you're going to trade against US dollar tether or USD, then you want to select it here, and not every single market or exchange, has USDT or USD as their counterparty. So what Binance Futures has is BTC perp. So there's no BTC if you're looking for that and wondering why there isn't. This is the one you need to select. And then you've got your what they call tick interval, which is really, for us, if you're watching this channel, you probably know it's a time frame. So what time frame are you going to run this on? And and then so you've got your orders being placed on the same exchange. You could try different exchanges, you could try different pairs. So it's calculating that on this and then placing it on a different market completely if you want to get sophisticated. But we're just going to keep it simple for now. Now, this is another time-saving trick, is instead of us just doing one back test and seeing what happens, we're going to actually go to it from the 1 minute chart. We're going to hit start back test. Now we're going to go 3 minute. Now we're going to go 5 minute. And now we're going to go 10, and we just go through the list here until we've got them all back testing, and I'll show you in a second how that looks. Okay, now so I'll just cut the video there. Now, if you scroll down now, you can see here that we've got all of these being tested at the moment. So this is all of those timeframes being tested. So we've got the same strategy being tested across all those timeframes. It's going to save us a whole bunch of time going through, and took about 30 seconds, if not that, to go through from 1 minute to 3 day. So we're going to find out if there's anything that works with this strategy. We'll jump back here in a minute and have a look and see what we came up with. All right, so those results are basically done. Now, you can see it's still calculating the 1 minute, so I'm not going to wait for that. Now, it was about, you got the majority of them within, let's say, 5-6 minutes or something like that. So that's all these different time frames, all the different results here within 5 or 6 minutes. Now, a couple of things to note here is you can click on, so that one looks pretty good. So 10, I've yet to see a 10, so 10 looks pretty awesome. Loss-making months, so I think this is percentage of months that made a loss. So you've got the percentage return here per month. So you obviously want that higher, that high, that low. And if you want more information, you can click on, so this is the 30-minute chart. Click on the name here, not view details, and that will give you the chart, the months it made a loss in, give you the overall returns, give you the number of trades, win ratio, Sharpe ratio, and that sort of thing. Maximum drawdown, average win to loss, that sort of thing. So you get you might get some information from here that means you can change the strategy up a bit. Now, if you want to, so let's just have a look at this one here. So this one looked pretty good. So 10, I have not seen a 10 yet in the testing. I don't know why this one produced a 10, which is awesome. Click on this, gives you the full report, and you can actually go and back test over a longer period of time. So the back test of the initial test is 1.5 years. So you can click on all data, and that will give you even more information. So if you look here, the Sharpe ratio of this is crazy good. Profit factor is ridiculous as well. Now, what's interesting here is this actually didn't beat the market. So that's the market returns. Didn't beat the market. So why is that? It's because the market did 583%, right? This only did 154. Is there a way to beat the market with this? And I showed you at the start there was, and it is called leverage. So if you were to say, let's do 1 or 2 leverage, let's say we're going to do 3 leverage on each of those trades, you will probably beat the market in that case. And what I'll do is I'll hit recalculate. We won't, actually, we'll do the whole time period. So that goes back to now September 2019. We've got leverage of 3 to 1. We're going to hit recalculate. Now that takes a couple of minutes to go through. Oh no, sorry, that happened really quickly. So you see the performance score drops here. We are using leverage now. Now we do beat the market returns by double. We've still got a huge profit factor. Our Sharpe ratio drops a little bit, but still pretty good. And you can see here that we're now beating the market with leverage. So that's kind of interesting, right? So if you want to have a look at each individual trade, you can do that down here. We've only picked long trades for this. So I did do this with shorts as well, and what I found was like 1 short trade and it lost. Now what's probably quite interesting is here you get more trades as well, so you get 25. It is over quite a long period of time though, so this thing isn't going to trade that much, and that's probably bringing the Sharpe ratio up and the profit factor up as well. Now a couple of interesting things here. So we've seen this chart before. This was the monthly P&L. What you haven't seen is this, which is the pro graph. Now, what that means is that you get to have a look at the actual trades on the chart. So it opened along here, opened along there. It got stopped out there or take profit there. And you can go back and have a look at each of those individual trades. Long engulfing candle, we get in here and we get out 3 to 1 basically. So if you want to see how the indicator looks, you just click on this. You can add that Arun and the choppiness one there, and even the engulfing pattern thing. So that shows you where each of these engulfing candlesticks happen. You can go and have a look at how that indicator is working with the strategy and potentially change something based on what you see. That's it. That is it, guys. That's pretty much woe to go of building the strategy. Now, if you do want to take it forward, you think this strategy's got some legs, then we jump back into this area here. We've got the actual strategy built, and we can paper trade it by connecting some things up, and we can live trade it. Now, I'm not going to put that in this video, otherwise it will go on too long, but that is the next step to getting yourself on the Madrix platform here, to making some money through Madrix in a unique an unusual way. I think it's pretty awesome. I think the tool they've created is pretty cool. Do remember, if you haven't got an account yet with Madrix, sign up using the link below. You get a $25 credit, and they usually got some other special offer on that can potentially win you a prize as well. So make sure you check around for that as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.